are live. Welcome, guys, back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. I'm Timothy Earle. I will be joined eventually with Nick. He's got some free pick stuff to do first with picks and parlays, and then he'll be here. But we'll be going over the NBA slate first anyway, so I'll get that out of the way so that by the time he gets here, he'll be good to go, and we'll hop into his hockey. So, before we jump into today's slate, yes, I know we're a little bit of a different time. We had something going this morning and still wanted to do a show, so did it, but it's a little bit later today. I still think it's a good time to go ahead and talk some basketball and all that good stuff. But before we jump into today's slate, we'll go look back at yesterday. What went right, what went wrong in the world of sports betting, and it wasn't a good night. Had a losing night in the NBA. It happens. I had the Dallas Mavericks, which a winner. That was the only winner I had in the NBA because I also had the under 217.5 between the Clippers and the Oklahoma City Thunder. And then I also had Sacramento plus the points and the money line, and they lost by 15. So that was kind of rough there. Hockey. Nick actually did well in hockey yesterday. He had the Montreal Canadiens over my Sabres. Yeah, he won, whatever. Philadelphia money line cash there. The over in the Minnesota game did not cash by by the hook. Boston, the Bruins puck line cashed. We did have ULL in college football, did not cash. Had the over in the Dallas game and the Blackhawks and the Kraken, who all did not hit. And then in the NFL, Tampa Bay. Great to start off our circa week with a loser, and then we had the under in that Baltimore game as well, and that one lost with about 49 seconds left in the game. So a little bit of a frustrating end to the day, but I'm back today and ready to get rocking and rolling. And I looked at my card today, went ew, gross, and that's exactly the way I want it. So we'll see how it goes. Squeak, squeak with the rat. Yep, the rat scored. Didn't he score twice last night? You hit $140 for 500. Hit 2 parlays. Nice. Way to get it, Nathan. But we'll go ahead and start it off in the NBA. We'll be looking at the Atlanta Hawks, who are in Detroit, taking on the Pistons, minus 240. Why am I writing minus 240 in there? I believe that is a 6 and a hook. The Atlanta Hawks are 6.5-point favorites with a total of 229 in this game. You get the 3-1 Atlanta Hawks. You get the 1-4 Detroit Pistons. This line has dropped actually from 6.5 to 6, so the line is moving a little bit in the ways of the Detroit Pistons. We'll go ahead and look at Atlanta. Atlanta 3-1 with wins against Houston, Orlando, and these Detroit Pistons 2 days ago, with their one loss being to the Charlotte Hornets as 10-point favorites. On the opposite side, you have Detroit, who after their win against Orlando game number 1 has lost to the Knicks, the Pacers, the Wizards, and the Hawks. Not really a good start to the season for them, but I'm taking an approach. I'm running a system for the most part. I'm not backing this 100% of the time, which the 2 times I did not back it, it worked out nicely that I didn't back it. But I'm taking the Pistons. Plus the points and the money line. I feel like it's a good spot for them because these 2 teams just played, and I'm running a zigzag theory. If two teams play each other back-to-back games, then I'm going to take the opposite side of who won the first game. So Atlanta won the first game. Detroit did cover. I'm going to take Detroit to cover and win the game outright today. So Pistons plus the 6.5, and I grabbed the $2 money line as well. Remember, blame Trent too. Yes, there you go. It seems like a day to take the money in NBA. In terms of plus money, yes, plus money all day. Pistons plus 8.5. It's harder to beat the same team twice in a back-to-back. It's not a back-to-back they played 2 days ago, but it's the second game in a row that these 2 teams have played against each other. So if that's what you count as a back-to-back, then right along with that. We'll move on to the next game, which is the Charlotte Hornets and the Orlando Magic. The Hornets are 1.5-point favorites with a total of 221 in this game. Charlotte 2-2 this year, 1-3 against the spread, 4-0 to the over. Orlando still one of what are they? One of 3 winless teams, along with the Kings and the Lakers. But with the line movement, we'll see how this one goes. They're 0-5, 1-4 against the spread, 2-3. They're more of an under team so far this year. And when I looked at this one, the line opened up at a 3. Now it's down to 1.5. I'm happy that I grabbed the 3 and I got the money line. Let's take some Magic today to get their first win at home. That I'm not playing the do factor, but this line just shouted Orlando Magic to me. I don't think that they should be. I don't think Charlotte should be only a 1.5-point favorite. I think they should be a lot bigger of a favorite. And when it comes to that, I'm going to go ahead and jump on them. So we're going to go ahead and grab the Orlando Magic plus the 3 and the money line at plus 135. Even though the Nuggets may not cover, I still think that triple-double for Jokic and to win. I do think they win. I do not think they cover. I'll be on the Jazz tonight. You took the Magic money line. Me too. Hornets under. I would lean towards the under. And Banchero 20 points. Yes. Banchero is going to be the main reason why this team does well tonight. He's going to have to be. So, yes, Orlando Magic. I'm taking them on the money line today. We'll go ahead and move on to the next one, which the line's moved against me a little bit. We get the Sixers and the Raptors. The Raptors are going to be 2-point home favorites with a total of 213 in this game. Philadelphia, what's going on this year? All your other sports are doing well, and you guys are starting off 1-3. This is the standard for Philly. This is what Philly teams should be doing. But with them, they lost to Boston, they lost to Milwaukee, they lost to the Spurs, and they lost to Toronto last game. Their only win was against Indiana, which we've seen what Indiana has done this year so far. On the opposite side, you get Toronto, who has played well this year. They're 3-2. Wins against Cleveland, against Miami, and this Sixers team losses to Miami and Brooklyn. And when I kind of went after this one, this is another one of those system plays. These two teams just played each other. The last teams that these two played against was each other. Toronto won the first time. I think Philly wins the second time. I'm taking Philadelphia. I got their money line at even money. I believe it's moved against me. I don't care. I'm still going to go after Philadelphia tonight. So some Sixers action for me on the money line in this game. Banchero has been money this week. He has been 100%. Banchero has been really good so far. Keep in mind it is new, and definitely go after some Banchero props with Cole Anthony going down. I think it's going to be a big help towards him. But we'll move to 2 of the higher teams in the Eastern Conference right now with the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Boston Celtics. Why did I put minus 250 in here? They are 6.5. 6.5-point favorite are the Celtics. 218.5 is now the total. You get Cleveland, who after losing game 1 to Toronto has taken care of the Bulls, Wizards, and Magic. So not the toughest of schedules, but they did win the games that were in front of them. Boston on the opposite side they've been solid. 3-1 to start off. Wins against Philly, Miami, and Orlando, and a loss to the Chicago Bulls in their last game. But I don't really care about a side in this one. I know a lot of people want to go after a side. I'm not. I'm going to go after the under. I got it at 221. I would still take it at 218. So these teams played a couple games last year that they struggled to get to 200. Now you're telling me I got a 221? Yeah, this one's going to go way under the total. Good defensive matchup between these two sides. First one to 100 points wins. Go ahead, give me the under in Cleveland. 76ers first half. Yes. You like Chicago and Washington as favorites. Chicago's got the Spurs. I almost bet the Spurs today. I almost did. Didn't do it though. And Washington, I didn't touch that game. But I almost took the Spurs as home dogs. Kenny Golladay listed as out for week 18. Week 8 sounds good. Cavaliers +8 and a hook. So you're just buying points at this point. You're spending -140s on spreads. You have fun with that. Under does sound good. I like it. Earle, I may ride. Let's do it. Let's do it. We'll go on to this game, which this is the first one I really have no interest in. It's the Indiana Pacers and the Washington Wizards. The Wizards are 5.5-point favorites. Total of 229 in this game. You get Washington, who's actually started off well this year. 3-1 against the spread, 2-1-1 against 3-1 record, 2-1-1 against the spread, 1-3, more of an under team this year. With wins against Indiana already this year on the opening night, win against Chicago, a loss to Cleveland, and a win against Detroit. Indiana on the opposite side has kind of struggled to start off, a 1-4 record, lost to Washington, San Antonio, a win against Detroit, lost to Philadelphia, and lost to the Bulls. The only game that they covered was the game that they won. And I would have to lean towards Washington. I would have to lean towards the under in this game. I don't see this one being a very high-scoring game. Washington has been pretty good with their defense so far this year. The only game that went over for them was an overtime game. So not really too hung up on that one. If I was betting anything in this one, it's probably looking towards the under. But I did not go ahead and bet this one. So this one will be a pass for me. We'll keep on rolling through these games. We're actually going through them pretty quickly. And we get the Lakers. They're going up against the Timberwolves. This line is steadily moving down, which is a little bit concerning considering I got the T-Wolves at 8, and now it's sitting at 7, 6.5 on some books. But let's be honest. Fading the Lakers is a full-time job. Lakers so far this year, 0-4. And they have not covered a spread, and they've gone under in 3 out of the 4 games. The only one that went over was because Golden State was the one that helped push it over more. They lost to Golden State, didn't cover. Lost to Clippers, lost to Portland, lost to the Nuggets, didn't cover in any of those games. Minnesota is now at home again, and they are 3-2, 2-3 against the spread, and 2-3 more towards the under. Minnesota this year has had wins against OKC twice and San Antonio, with a loss to San Antonio and a loss to the Utah Jazz. Guys, we're fading the Lakers. We're making the Lakers prove to us that they can not suck. And I'm not banking on them not sucking, because everybody's trying to bet them. Why would we want to try to bet the Lakers right now? I see no reason to. We're going to go ahead and grab the T-Wolves. I grabbed them minus a bunch of points and just move on with it. It's just going to be a standard. If the Lakers are on the slate, the opposite team's going to be on my card. That's how it's going to go. Kristaps Porzingis, over 8.5 rebounds. I like it. He's going to be a big centerpiece for that offense. I do like that. You lead Halliburton double-double for the Pacers. I don't hate it. Halliburton's been pretty good. So yeah, why not? Go after Halliburton. Wizards at home. Sounds good. We get a Suppness Lex. T-Wolves. Yep. Trifecta with T-Wolves, yes. Lakers did cover first quarter at least one game and has many dogs. Lakers did cover first quarter at least one game, as has many dogs. Yeah, maybe they'll cover, but I'm not trying to bank on that. I don't like that David Krejci won't play against the CBJ. Did you see Ice? I'm sorry, but did you see my my NHL play of the day? I'm sorry, I have to fade your Bruins today. I'm on Columbus in regulation. We'll go ahead and move on. I believe we have 5 games left. The New York Knicks and the Milwaukee Bucks will be going at it. The Bucks are 6-point favorites with a total of 222 and a hook. Then Bucks as favorites. They've been solid this year. 3-0, 3-0 against the spread, and they've looked good. They won against Philadelphia. They won against Houston. They won against Brooklyn. And the main thing that they've been doing well, really well this year, is their defense. 97.3 points per game in the first 3 games. Granted, Philly scored 88, Houston 105, Brooklyn 99. But they played some good defense to start it off. The Knicks are 3-1. Yeah, the Knicks are actually playing good basketball right now. That being said, they lost their first game to the Grizzlies, and then since then have beaten Detroit and Orlando, covered both of those games, and then they went to overtime against Charlotte and didn't cover that game. When it comes to it, if I have to bet this game, I'm leaning towards Milwaukee in the under. Obviously, I'm not going after this game. I feel no reason that I have to. But I don't see that. I don't think the Knicks are anywhere close to the level that the Bucks are. The Bucks are, in my opinion, the best team in the East. So if I had to go out after anything in this game, I think my strongest one would be the Bucks. But ultimately, I decided not to bet this game. So pass on this one. D'Angelo Russell over 20 at plus 118. D'Angelo Russell. Trying to remember what team he's on. D'Angelo Russell. He's on the T-Wolves. Yeah, sure. I'll like that one. Well, I'm hoping they score points, so yeah, bring it. Gasp. I know, right? Bucks first half. Yeah, I could see it. We'll keep on scrolling through the NBA because the Chicago Bulls are in Texas and San Antonio taking on the Spurs. The surprisingly good Spurs this year, or good for at least the first couple of games. Bulls are 5-point favorites with a total of 231.5. Looking at the two sides, Chicago 3-2 this year. They won their first game against Miami, lost to Washington and Cleveland, and then in the last 2 games have beaten Boston. Nice win there, and Indiana. They're 3-1 against the spread, 2-3, more of an under team this year. The Spurs have been a very interesting team this year because they got blown out game 1 against Charlotte. Since then, had one in covered versus the Indiana Pacers, had one in covered, one outright as a 13.5-point dog versus Philly. They won against Minnesota, and they lost to Minnesota. But back-to-back games against the same team is never easy to beat the same team twice. I kind of lean towards the home dog and the Spurs in this game. Did I bet it? No, I did not, because I didn't grab the dog for every single game. Will I bet this one? Maybe. We'll see. I want to do a little bit more diving into this game because I do kind of like the Spurs tonight. But this is a game that I'm probably going to end up staying away from. But I would lean Spurs if I had to go after anything. Wolves, yeah, I figured that one out. I'm looking to target the Ant-Man for 21.5 points. I don't know if I'm pulling the trigger. I would. Shoot, Anthony. He's been solid. And I also have the T-Wolves, so I'm hoping that they score a bunch. So yeah, I do not mind the Ant-Man tonight. So Pelicans money on. I had that one clicked in for a while. But the reason why I didn't pull the trigger, no Brandon Ingram, CJ McCollum's questionable, and Zion is questionable. We'll see. If both of them are out and this line moves to a 10, yeah, I'll probably end up pulling the trigger on the Pelicans. But I did not bet the Pelicans today. I do like them though. Yotes Yotes money line. You get it. Lean Spurs, but I may stay off. That's fair. I took the under, no side in that Coyotes game. I know Knicks on the Yotes. So there you go. We got 3 games left. We'll go to my Denver Nuggets, who are hosting the Utah Jazz. Nuggets are 8.5-point favorites with a total of 231 in this game. And I'll be honest, I grabbed the Jazz. I grabbed the Jazz plus the points. I did not take the money line because I don't think they win. I still think the Nuggets win, but Jazz this year have been solid to start it off. 4-1 this year, 3-2 against the spread, and 2-3 to the under. Winning game 1, granted it was in Utah, against these Nuggets by 21. They won in Minnesota in overtime. They won. They won in New Orleans in overtime, but they won. They played a back-to-back against Houston. They lost against Houston the first game and then beat them the second game. I was on Houston the first game. I was on Utah the second game. It worked out nicely. But they've played really, really good this year. And on the opposite side, you get the Nuggets, who have played good this year too so far. 3-2. And you can kind of tell with these Nuggets by the first couple of quarters. Like by halftime, you kind of know whether or not these teams they're going to be in it. Because Jazz game, they lost by 21. Then against the Warriors, they were leading all game. They looked good. They kind of dominated that game. OKC, they looked good the entire game. They didn't cover, but they looked good. Portland, they got blown out. And then against the Lakers, they blew out the Lakers. That game wasn't close. They dominated the Lakers. So you can kind of tell what these Nuggets are going to do within the first quarter and a half. But when I look at it, I grabbed the Jazz for this one. I grabbed them plus the points. Did not sprinkle the money line because I still think the Denver Nuggets win. But this will be a game that, for whatever the reason, Utah always have Denver's number, and they can never cover against them. So I think Nuggets win, but I think Utah will cover. Avs and the Penguins. No to the Avs. I know Knicks on the Devils. Penguins, yes. Over and Penguins minus 1.5. There you go. I got 2 more NBA games left. We're going to go New Orleans Pelicans and the Phoenix Suns. The Suns are 7-point favorites with a total of 225 in this game. Suns are 7-point. I said that already. The Pelicans are 3-1 this year, 3-1 against the spread, and 4-0 to the over. So they've gone over in every single game. They won against Brooklyn, against Charlotte, and against Dallas, with losing. Their one loss was in overtime to Utah by 1 point. This team could easily be undefeated right now. On the opposite side, you get Phoenix, who is 3-1 as well. They could very well easily be even worse. They won against Dallas game 1. They were down 20-plus points at one point. They had a big comeback, and that's how they kind of captured that one. They lost to Portland in overtime. They kind of beat up on the Clippers. And then Golden State, they blew out Golden State. That one wasn't even close, pretty much from start to finish. So good to see that from them. Show some life. The big question mark for me, and the thing that I want to wait for, is Zion and McCollum. The only way I go after this game is if Zion and McCollum are ruled out, and this game goes from a 7 to a 10.5 area, because then I want to jump all over the Pelicans. But as for right now, this one's going to be a stay away for me at the moment, and we'll kind of go and figure out from there. I just got to wait for Zion, who's currently has a hip injury, who's questionable after he landed awkwardly the other game, and CJ McCollum dealing with the finger. So we'll see with that. Still no Brandon Ingram for the Pelicans as well. So it's just a couple of injury newses. I'll probably end up staying away from this game unless it gets up to a 10.5. I'll head your advice chat and Earle, no abs. No abs tonight. No abs tonight. Because the line's moving weird. Nick will talk about it in a little bit once he gets here. But that line on the Avalanche game is having a little bit of a weird line movement. Pelicans injuries, Suns, Sun, first half. Once again, I need to know what's going on with these injuries for the Pelicans. Once I figure that out, then we'll figure it out from there. Thanks, bro. No problem. ECU dogs to BYU. Yes, they are. Yep. And we'll be taking East Carolina. All right, I'm rocking it at the moment. I think they're bowl bound after this game. So there you go. I'll take East Carolina. Where's Nick? He's doing free pick videos for picks and parlays right now. So he'll still hopefully come soon because we're heading on to the last NBA game of this slate. And that's gonna be the Houston Rockets and the Portland Trail Blazers, which has had already a bunch of line movement, and this one's one of my best CLVs of the day because the Rockets are 1-4. Not a good start to the season. Oh, but they're 4-1 against the spread. 2-3, more of an under team as well this year. Their only win was against Utah in their fourth game. They've covered in every single game minus the one that they lost by 20 to Milwaukee. This year they lost to Atlanta, but covered a 10.5. They lost to Memphis, but covered a 7.5. Lost to Milwaukee, did not cover the 13. Won against Atlanta, and then won against Utah. I got it at 5.5. I won my bet, but Houston covered what was the closing line of 8.5 in that game. So definitely impressive there. Portland will be working without Damian Lillard. I will say that. But Portland had a really good start to the season with 4 straight wins to start it off against Sacramento, Phoenix, the Lakers, and the Nuggets before falling flat against the Miami Heat. I'm not really hung up on that game. Damian Lillard is going to be out for 1 to 2 weeks, which is a little bit of a concern for him. But that type of stuff happens. He's going to be out with a calf injury. Kevin Porter Jr. for the Houston Rockets is also questionable for this game. But he's listed as probable. He'll probably play. I like Houston. I got him at 5.5. 5.5, and now it's sitting at 4. So I definitely beat some nice line movement on that one. I also got the Houston Rockets money line at plus 175. I believe that's dropped into the 150s now. 155 for that one. It's one of my better CLV plays of the day. And that's with the Houston Rockets. I looked at my NBA card today and went, ew, gross. This is fantastic. You know it's fun when you got the Houston Rockets, the Detroit Pistons, and the Orlando Magic on your card. So definitely a fun card for today. But that is all the NBA. Knicks in class. No, he's doing free picks. He's doing free picks. ECU team total over 30.5. Yeah. I'll bring up that game while I wait for Nick. Oh shoot, World Series as well. I can talk about that game. ECU is taking on BYU. BYU is a 3.5 point home favorite. Total of 63.5. East Carolina this year 5-3 with wins against Old Dominion, Campbell, South Florida, and Memphis, along with UCF. BYU is ECU has losses to NC State by 1, Navy by 3, and then Tulane by 15. BYU, after having a decent start to the season, has really just failed. Because they started off by winning by 29 to USF. They beat Baylor. Oregon beat them hard though. They beat Wyoming, they beat Utah State, and then they've gone on a little bit of a failing mission since then, where they lost to Notre Dame, Arkansas, and Liberty. So kind of a rough route for them. Yeah, I'm on East Carolina plus the points. I think it's a good spot for him. So, no lily pad tonight. Nope. Rockets plus 6. I got 5.5. If you got 6, then that's a good line. Good work. But I know you buy points a lot. What's up, Aaron? How you doing today? You like the Knicks with the points? I didn't bet that game, but if I had to, I lean towards the Bucks. I'm the Knicks haven't really impressed me. Granted, they've covered in 3 out of their 4 games. I just think the Bucks are just on a different level. I think the Bucks win by double digits. I don't think they have any significant injuries today. Oh, Middleton's out, but he's been out all year. He won't be available for the first few weeks, but they still have looked really good without him. So I'm gonna go and jump on. I would lean towards the Bucks, but I did not bet it. Pistonians, yes. Penn State. I'm not. I'm not super high on Penn State. I think this one could be an absolute blowout. So I would lean Ohio State, but I did not bet that game. Stros, yes, Astros, 100%. I think Embiid hurt his knee. Sounds about right. Under Atlanta and Pistons. Yeah, I would lean under, but I like the Pistons plus the points on the money line. Spread is moving towards Toronto, which is just great because I jumped on Philly. Let's take a look at what the report says for it. He's questionable with a knee injury. I still think he'll play in the game, but we'll see. Also, Magic spread is moving towards the Magic, but I don't know why. Because it's Magic. No, okay. I'm on the Magic today. I took them plus 3 in the money line at 135. I think they get their first win of the year. So yeah, no, I like the Magic today. La Tech in the first half. I did not touch that game, but FIU at home getting 6.5 points. Granted, FAU is coming off of a big win. They came off of a win as a 13.5 point dog, and they won by 29 or 19. They won by 19. I don't know. I didn't bet that game, but you could look towards it. Celtics first half. Yeah, sure. What is that? Minus 3.5, 3, something in that range. I could see that. As long as the game stays under, I'm cool with it. ECU, TCU. I 100% agree with ECU and TCU. Right it. They do know how to play with Middleton. Yes, they do know how to play with Middleton. Here, let me type up a banner real quick because I forgot to put it in for the World Series. Trying to stall out as much time until Nick gets here so that he could talk hockey. But if he doesn't hurry, then I'm just going to end the show without doing hockey because I don't care. He could do if he wants hockey, then let him do that. Phillies and the Astros for the World Series. The Astros are 165 favorites with a total of 6.5. Aaron Nola, Justin Verlander will be going at it. Aaron Nola this year, 32 starts, an 11-13 record, 3.25 ERA. 205 innings pitched, 74 earned runs, 168 hits, 135 strikeouts, 29 walks. He's pitched 3 times in this postseason. He did well the first 2 starts, allowing no earned runs, 9 hits, and 12 2/3 innings. Against the Padres, in the only game that the Phillies lost in that series, he allowed 6 earned runs, 7 hits, and 4 2/3 innings. Granted, he did pitch against Houston towards the end of the year, where he went 6 2/3 innings of shutout baseball, 2 hits and 9 strikeouts. Granted, Houston wasn't really playing for much back then. On the opposite side, you get the best pitcher in baseball, which is Justin Verlander. Welcome, Nick.
Crap. Everything was stuck on slow today.
You're good. Justin Verlander this year, 28 starts, 18-4 record, 1.75 ERA, 175 innings pitched, 34 earned runs, 116 hits, 185 strikeouts, and 29 walks. He's pitched twice this postseason, got lit up the first time, but the Astros still won that game. He allowed 6 earned runs, 10 hits in 4 innings. And then he pitched against the Yankees, got that bounce back game, 1 earned run, 3 hits, 11 strikeouts in 6 innings in a win there. I legitimately think the Astros don't lose a game in this World Series. I'm on the Astros to sweep. I'm going to be taking their run line today at plus 150. And maybe even go, how about a Houston parlay? Rockets and Astros. That could be interesting. Anyways, go ahead, give me the Astros run line in this one. I don't think the series is going to be close.
All right, I'm on the opposite side. I'm on the Phillies first 5. I got this on Monday or Tuesday, though. I got plus 150, and it's down to plus 135, which makes sense. Phillies first 5 has been an absolute wagon this whole postseason, and I'm going to look to continue to ride that there. I also do have the Phillies at plus 170 to win the World Series. I have a sprinkle of them 6-1 to win in 7 games. I think people are sleeping on Philly a little bit, and we've seen this plenty of times where these National League East teams are coming in and winning World Series out of absolutely nowhere, and the Phillies can absolutely be that team this year. I'm on the Phillies first 5 in this one.
There you go. I don't know if you all watch CFL, but BC Lions seems to be a lock for all the degens out there.
I would probably lean. See, here's the thing. Nathan Rourke's making his return for the BC Lions. That makes me like Winnipeg.
That's fair. Fade the injury report?
Fade the injury report. I'm not betting it, but that's where I would go.
Tim, what's your hockey play of the day? It'll be the Columbus Blue Jackets in regulation. It's the third game we're talking about, but Columbus. Nick, do you like the Yotes tonight?
Yes. I'm typing in my card right now.
Rourke returning and Winnipeg second starters. There you go.
Yeah.
It's in the scroller. Yes, he's on the Yotes. 10-4. What's 10-4?
10-4.
10-4. Got it. Hello, Tim. Nick, we won't speak until Sunday. Hey, Tate. How you doing? Go Blue. What's going on?
Right.
What do you guys think about NOLA K-props? I won't talk anybody off of K-props in the World Series.
I would be worried with K-props in the World Series and the playoffs because we know their leashes are super tight.
But with NOLA, you can't have a short leash with NOLA and Wheeler. Because those are your best 2 pitchers. This is backwards. Nick is on the right. There we go. I switched it. Sorry. And we'll make it like this. There we go. The Twins have combined. There we go. Also, Phillies won game 1 in both series. Astros won game 1 in both series. What's your point? Tim is on the right. Nick's on the left. Yeah, we fixed it. Yeah, I fixed it. Yo. What up to Mr. Joe? All right, Nick, we'll head to your hockey because I was stalling out as long as I could.
I know I could hear because that, yeah.
But we get a quack attack with the Ducks taking on the Vegas Golden Knights. The Knights are 275 favorites, total of 6.5. Fire away.
Yeah, you can have your quack attack. I'll have some poached duck. I'm not a fan of this Ducks team, the way they've played recently. One thing I've noticed is looking at their advanced numbers, they have lost the expected goal battle in every single game. They're coming in off of losing 6 in a row, all on their East Coast trip. They won an overtime game 1 against Seattle, a game they should have got blown out. Or they were getting beat pretty bad. They should be winless right now. And then they lose 7-1 to the Islanders, 6-4 to the Rangers, 4-2 to the Devils, 2-1 to the Bruins, 5-1 to the Red Wings, and then they come home and lose 4-2 to the Lightning. This team has not looked good. And on the other side, Vegas has looked amazing this year. They're coming in off of back-to-back puck line wins. Granted, last game was against San Jose, but the previous one was against Toronto. Nice little win there. They lose to Colorado, whatever. They beat the Winnipeg Jets 5-2. This is a team that's been creating opportunities. They've been the better team in most of their games. And I'm going to go ahead and continue to back the Vegas Golden Knights here. I don't mind Ice's look at the -2.5 there. I just took -1.5 at -120. I usually don't lay this type of juice when it comes to puck lines, but this I think is definitely warranted. I think the Ducks may be one of the worst teams in hockey right now. So I'm taking the VGK here on the puck line.
There you go. VGK super puck line -2.5. Have fun. Lamar did Lamar things. Yep, we've already lost a circuit bet. You guys see my NHL picks from yesterday? They were in the comment section or something. I didn't look. Well, I saw them, I think. I don't remember off the top of my head, though. VGK puck line could work, or that should be good. I think IceX confused you guys, but you fixed it. There we go. Seen on the website, but in the regular season, Phillies beat the Astros in the first 2 games of the mini-series. Yeah, I'm not really.
I saw an interesting stat with the World Series. The last team to beat the Astros in a baseball game is the Phillies. The last team to beat the Phillies in a series is the Astros.
Interesting. There you go. Right. Yeah. You also got to think the Astros really didn't care at that point. They had already locked up the number 1 seed. But
Yep,
I got you. This game's going to be a little bit familiar to us, Nick, because we'll be at the game, and the stadium is about 7 minutes from my place. The Canes are 185 favorites. They're hosting the Islanders. 5.5 is your total. Fire away.
this is a straight homer pick for me because we're going to be at the game. I'm on the Islanders money line. They've actually not looked bad. I mean, they've lost 3 of the last 4 games. They won their last game against the Rangers 3-0. Islanders better than Rangers, but previous to that they lost 3 straight, but to decent opponents: Florida, Tampa Bay, and I think New Jersey's on the up and up. And then Carolina, they're coming in off that long West Coast road trip. Sometimes we can see that be a little bit of a flat spot. Look at what the Sabres did last night. I can see something along those lines: 2-1, 3-2 Islanders type of win tonight. So I took a shot at New York at +169 is what I got it at.
Right
Straight homer
on.
picked up.
There you go. Boston College and Miami of Ohio as away touchdown faves.
I'm on UConn.
I lean towards Miami, but I did not bet it. Isles money line.
Yes.
I love to hear it, X. Nick, do you like the Knicks?
I did not bet that game.
There you go. We'll move on to this one, Nick, which I know you like. The Colorado Avalanche are 125 home faves. Only a -125. Interesting. Against the Devils. Devils are the total is a 6.5 in this game. Where are you looking?
Yeah, I'm looking at this game. I'm looking at the Colorado Avalanche. They're only -125. That's a really reasonable price here. There's no way you can't just go ahead and take the low price here with the Colorado Avalanche, right?
It's a trap.
Give me the Devils. Give me the Devils here. I got it at +118. I think this line tells you everything you need to know. It's going to be Pavel Francouz in net tonight as well, not Alexander Georgiev. So it's the backup goaltender for Colorado as well. This is a front end of a back-to-back for them. They play the Islanders tomorrow. And I think this is a spot where the Devils are a team for me that my numbers always grade out really well for them. Like they've won every single expected goal battle this year. This is the only team that can say they've done that, even though they've had 3 different games where they've lost by 3+ goals. 2 of them, they won the expected goal battle by almost 3 goals in them. Like, this is a team that is creating opportunities. And when you look at this, when you look at them, a lot of people think that they're not good defensively. The Devils are a good defensive team. When you look at their expected goals against, 2.05, 2.08, 2.44, 1.51, 1.51, 1.65 the last 6 games. This is not a team that gives up many opportunities. The only problem is their goaltending sucks. And that's the true concern of this team. If they can get an average goaltender, this is a really strong Devils team. I'm going to take a shot with them here. I'm going to be probably backing the Devils a lot as a dog this year, and this is another one of those games. I'm going to take New Jersey I got it at +118.
There you go. Isaac says over 6.5. Screw the side. That's fair. Heard some good things about the Devils team, to be honest.
Yes.
Afternoon, gentlemen. Afternoon, Untouchable. Welcome. All right, Nick. We'll head to the game that has my play of the day, which is the Boston Bruins at the Columbus Blue Jackets. Boston is a 135 favorite. Total of 6.5. I'll go first. I got Columbus and Reich at +190. I think it's a good spot. You get the Boston Bruins off of the second leg of a back-to-back. No Marchand tonight because he played last night and they're trying to work him in slowly. Kind of a load management for Marchand. Cutting injury management. I understand what they're trying to do because they don't want to get him killed in the beginning of the season. I like the Blue Jackets in regulation just to get a win in this one. So give me Columbus for today's game.
Yeah, you did a very good job picking your play of the day because it's the only game I did not bet today. I don't have no interest in this game for me. I lean towards the Boston side because even though they're on a second half of a back-to-back, this is a Boston team that saved who do you call it for tonight? Linus Ullmark, who's been the starter. He's the starter. He's the number one goaltender. It was Swayman last night. So I kind of like a little bit of Boston in this matchup here. Not enough to go ahead and bet it. So this was the only play, the only game that I did not touch.
That is fair. Currently putting my plays in for Terry's show. Second game for Bruins. Second game back for Leinen.
Patrick Leinen.
No Che for the Bruins, but still on the Bruins puck line. You have fun with that one. Fading the jacket frauds. Yeah, you can't. They can't be any. This is a good buy low spot. What happened? What are the last thing that people see from this Columbus team? A loss to Arizona. I don't think it gets much worse. All right, Nick, 2 games left. The Pittsburgh Penguins and the Vancouver Canucks will be up. And Pittsburgh's a 170 favorite, total 6.5. Fire away.
Yeah, looking at this spot for me, this one's pretty plain and simple. Looking at what the Vancouver Canucks finally got a win last night. Unfortunately, I had the Kraken, but that was kind of a prove-it bet to me. And now we get off of their first win of the season. They have to play a second half of a back-to-back. That's kind of a tough ask for them, especially against a Pittsburgh Penguins team that during this road trip has gone in and got their ass kicked 2 times against Edmonton and against Calgary. I'm expecting a good performance from Pittsburgh today in this one. This is the first time. I think this is the first time I've bet the Penguins all season long, and it's just the spot is, I think, perfect for them in this game. I'm going to go ahead, take Los Penguinos minus 1.5. I got it at plus 155.
You go. Back to the chat. I already forgot that they lost to the Yotes. Don't care. Pens, my puck line. Pens. Columbus was so cheeky and high, beat the Rangers facing backups and fell flat against Arizona. They're already getting bombed on coming through Alberta.
Yeah.
Well, Canucks puck line at plus 360. You have fun with that.
You have fun with that. I have the opposite
puck line. Canucks barely escaped the Kraken. There you go. Final
they
game
won
of the
a game
night,
though. It's a miracle.
And I believe this is your favorite NHL team, correct?
Yeah, right.
The Arizona Coyotes. The Jets are 145 favorites. By the way, it's the Winnipeg Jets, not the New York Jets. And 6.5 is the total. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think that within the next 3 days, both Jets teams are going to lose. But I will take Arizona in this game. Winnipeg on a second half of back-to-back. Let me check goalie post real quick with this one, because I believe it's going to be It's projected to be David Rittich and Kirill Vejmelka, which I think the goalie advantage is with the underdog in this game with the Yotes. With Vejmelka over David Rittich. Big save Dave. No, more like big sieve Dave. He's really bad. And we're getting a nice plus price tag for the home opener here for Arizona. I took plus 138 with Arizona, where I'm at.
There you go. Arizona in the over. Another under 6.5. Another screw the side. Fair. Northwestern plus the 11. What does Northwestern even play?
Iowa.
Northwestern. Iowa. You have fun with that game.
I
You
want
enjoy
nothing to do with that game. That game is gross. That has a 36.5 total, which is the lowest in college football this season.
Eesh. Take the over. No. Okay. But that is everything for today. We'll go ahead and pay some bills before we head on out. There will be no game time decision today because we'll be packing up and going to the Islanders game tonight. So no game time decision, at least for me and Nick. I'm not sure if Lenny's doing anything. But before we head on out, if you guys new to the channel, make sure you guys leave a like, comment, subscribe, and share. Do all that good stuff. We appreciate all the support. Check out all links in the description below: Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Discord, Facebook, Picks and Parleys, Premium Plays, merch, TikTok, ESP Shorts, and the EarleSportsBets.com website. It is all linked down below. Check out DraftKings, the official sponsor of Earle Sports Bets. $5 bet on any NFL team, and you'll receive $200 in free bets. Make sure you guys check out the link in the description down below, or download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use the code EarlePNP when you guys sign up. Also, make sure you guys check out SeatGeek for all your concert tickets and sporting event ticket needs. ESPN, check out $20 off your first purchase. Journeyman Dave, yes. Good show. Peace, guys. Peace out, Aaron. Marshall spread. No, I didn't touch that game. Sitting close to the glass. No. Nosebleeds.
No. Nosebleeds.
There's no way the Hurricanes lose at home to the Isles.
No way. Absolutely no way.
But anyways, recap for today. Remember, my NBA card. A lot of people say, ew. I say that's fantastic. Magic, points and money line. Pistons, points and money line. Philly, money line. Cleveland and Boston under. Minnesota minus the 8. Utah plus the points. Houston plus the points and the money line. My NHL play of the day is Columbus plus the 190. Nick?
Yes. For the NBA, I didn't get to go over my card because I got here late. I'm rocking with Orlando and Charlotte over the total. I am also on the Cleveland Cavaliers plus 5.5, the Washington Wizards minus 5, and the Portland and Houston game going over the total 225. In the MLB, I'm rocking with the Phillies first 5. I got that really early, and it's dropped now down to plus 130 on my book. In the NHL, Vegas minus 1.5, Islanders, Devils, Penguins puck line, and to wrap up the night, the good old Arizona Coyotes. And then in college football, it's the Pirates.
Wait. Hold on. Who was it? There you go. My bad. Isles money line. Yes. Have a great day. You too, Tiffany. Best bet T-Wolves. I like it. Enjoy the game, gents. You too. Who's out for the Pelicans? Ingram's out. Zion and McCollum are questionable, so that's why I haven't bet the game. All right, Nick, finish on out for today.
Yeah, gonna just about wrap it up for this one. We want to thank you guys as always for watching. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already, and turn on those post notifications so you guys are notified each and every time we come out with the video here at All Sports Bets, or we go live, which is every single morning, anywhere between 10 and 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the All Sports Bet show. That's gonna just about wrap it up for this one. Thank you guys as always for watching. Good luck.
See you guys.